Alright. I feel like our music is a wee bit on the loud side. Now it's a wee bit on the quiet side. Alright, well, we will leave it there. See how that goes. Y'all can let me know if it's too quiet or too obnoxious. Let's get... Oh, I don't have the game set. Let's see. My game. Window. Little Big Workshop. There it goes. Nice. Alright. Not a whole lot going outside today. None of the cats are back here, so y'all might get a boring nature cam today. The problem is... This is what happens every time I try and take a picture through the window, too. Everything likes to focus on the screen. That's okay, though. That's okay. So... Goodness gracious. Oh, that's the wrong shop. I got to play in this off stream on a different save, so... I realized a couple things I completely forgot about. That was making my life miserable. Let's see. Go back to main menu. Load. Swanky Squirrel Co. I think. Wasn't that? Nope. Stream save. Hold up. Wait a minute. Factory list. Solo Scrat. Swanky Squirrel. Scrat Torn. Yeah. Swanky Squirrel Co. How could I start a stream without you? Well, technically I haven't. Like, it's just getting underway. I'm loading the game. You're just in time. Now we gotta try and remember what the heck we were doing. Now, one of the things I realized when I was playing offline, I kept fussing about how slow these glue stations were, or woodworking stations were, because I had to do glue ups over there. There's actually a gluing station that makes things faster, so... You know, that would have been smart. Looks like I only got 2 of these. And we made... Well, there's robots right there we're trying to make. So... I remember that was a big goal last time. We were trying to see if we could do robots. And we got some out the door. We've grown the little workshop. We have. We have indeed. I like my other one I was doing offline a lot better. Let's see. I think we're kind of maybe getting done here, because let's see, where's the rankings? Right. The idea is to get to #1, right? And beat Mr. Nemesis. We're not too far off. It's like we're already worth more than some of those above us, so yeah, we'll get there. We'll get him, and then he'll call up and bang. That's exactly how he sounds. Actually, no. When he calls you up, he screams bloody murder. When you outrank him. So. That means my woodworking shop here needs a little loving. What does this thing do? It does a little bit of everything. I gotta... Yeah, y'all keep going faster. Okay, so I can do the milling, all the cutting. I don't have a wood bender. So I could get rid of those guys. And replace them with a couple glue stations. And a wood bender or 2. And we got the funds for that. Setting machines on fire. Yeah, I also remembered the quicker way to repair things. You can hold the button and see what needs work done. Boop, 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 boop. Mr. Badman Co. Sound Big Bad. Yeah, man. Nemesis Corporation. I don't know if I showed you this before. I know one stream I did, but like all these companies in here Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are real companies. They just obviously change the names. Like, where's dog instead of cat for Caterpillar? Parasol, you probably recognize that one. I know this one, but I can't think of what it is. A lot of these I recognize, but can't place what they're supposed to be. That might even be an old Mitsubishi one. There's one I got right away. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. Geek Boutique. Oh man, that's supposed to be Fiat. Cute. And I wonder. I think this is supposed to, instead of ABC. I think that's supposed to be ABB. That's one of their older logos. I actually worked for ABB. I worked for Thomas and Betts, which then got bought by ABB, and then I left shortly after, and I ended up coming back years later and worked for them for like a month and a half. That boss was unstable. Mentally unhinged. Speaking of, since you're here, how is music levels versus audio? I know my game audio is like super duper low because there's really not a whole lot going on there. I never can tell. Like, I have my YouTube volume down to 2%. Sound is all good? Alright. I try to go by the OBS audio levels. Top tier. Very nice. And it's weird, like if I... So, you know, in OBS you have your desktop audio. I'm sitting there watching the levels. If I switch my source from my speakers to my headphones, like, it changes drastically. And it's like, well, I feel like that should be the same since it's just recording what's happening on the desktop. But who knows? I'm not an audio engineer. I do not have my Discord chat open. Ollie says, just woke up. How late am I? You're not too late, just by a few minutes. We were trying to figure out where we were. And I think we figured out. We also got a game plan here. We're going to sell these. Do a little rearranging in the shop. Where is the glue station? Can I fit 3? Oh, very nice, very nice. Now, where is a wood bender? I could fit 2 right there. Hot diggity. Look at that. And everything's still in good shape. It's a Theo. Hello. Normally try to stay as far away from the desktop recording on OBS as possible. I try to have each source have its own audio. Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. And I keep telling myself, like, hey, yeah, I should do that. And then next thing I know, it's 5 minutes till stream time. Okay, that's the one. Give me our glue station. We're gonna need one more for the benders. Alright, this should drastically help our bottleneck we had going on in the wood shop. And I think we could splurge and buy... Where'd it go? Oh, it's up here. I think we can third one of those. Big splurge. Theo, my power was, so it went out at like 7:30 that night we were trying to play. It did not come back till 1:30 in the afternoon the next day. It was terrible. It was getting so hot in here. All my food in the fridge was going bad. I was like, oh no. Awful. It was the worst. had to get up early in the morning, throw everything in the freezer. Yeah. Warhammer 40k one shot. Oh man. You're gonna have to prep everybody like 3 weeks in advance for all the rules. Is Viking Death Squad? That's a Warhammer thing, isn't it? I keep hearing about that one. Oh my goodness. No, well, that's something different. Ah, okay. Seems like I keep hearing about Warhammer and that in the same realm. Is it's one thing. Alright, alright. I think Professor Dungeon Master is the one that brings that one up a lot. Oh, hey, we get to use our new woodbenders. Look at there. So I don't know if y'all saw in the Discord, I mentioned it the other day. I got a few days ago, somebody reached out and was like, hey, I like your Easy D6 review. I just released a game of my own. It's on Drive-Thru RPG. He's like, you want to review it? I'll give you a PDF. It's like, well, sure, man. So I got to run some games for that coming up. I need to do that. I'm not procrastinating, set on it. And it's pretty simple. Like, the book is, and I'm going to be honest, with it's adventurous. I think that's how I think it's just adventurous. I don't think it's supposed to be pronounced like adventuros or something. I think that was my mind just playing tricks on me. Actually, if you go look through my community posts, the one before today's post should be, or yeah, whatever. There's like one post to go. I have a link to it because it was on sale, like $4.50. And I was fully expecting to. I was like, okay, somebody's reaching out to my little old channel. This is probably like a one-page game and barely put together. You know, somebody's just trying. You know, no, it's like a full-fledged 180-page thing. Really well put together. I was like, dang, it's top notch. And despite it being like 180 pages, he was saying there's only like 25 pages worth of rules in there. So it looks pretty neat. I skimmed it. It's like a D6 dice pool. And like I said, I haven't read a whole lot, so I might be misinterpreting here. I was skimming pretty fast, but it looked like when you do your stats, I think you have 6 stats. Somewhere around there, 6 or 5. And you know, it's basic wisdom, strength, dex, all that kind of stuff. You have knowledge in this one. Everything starts at 1, and then you get 5 points to distribute, excuse me, however you want. You can put them wherever you want, and then that, however many points you have in that stat is how many d6s you roll whenever you have to do something with that stat. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And what I'm really looking forward to is he had a small section in there. He was like, hey, here's a sample of play, you know, how this works. It's like, okay, and I was reading through that, and there was a praise the sun comment in there, and I reached out back to him, you know, to let him know. I was like, all right, I got your PDF, everything worked, you know, the download's fine. I said, I also caught this praise the sun, you know, there's a Dark Souls reference. I was like, I appreciate that. And he's like, oh, well, there's actually 6 Easter eggs in there. There's 5 or 6, so good luck finding them. It's like, ah. Now I'm on the hunt. So that's neat. Well, that's right. We need fancy smelters. Oh, no. I don't have fancy smelters. Oh, no. We're going to have to redo our shop. Do you have to... Oh, no. Melts metals. Okay, so can I use that? Well, that requires a specialist. Oh, that's no fair. Alright. We're gonna have to add on like a little smelty shop or something. Maybe we'll buy this plot over here. But anyway, it seems neat. It's a big book. So I got my first YouTube perk, I guess. I got a free TTRPG. Woohoo. Kind of exciting. I also got the email a day or two ago because YouTube lowered the requirements for some of your monetization stuff. Like now I can do... I'm in the process of getting approved. I got the email. I could go for that. We can do like super chats and memberships. I'll probably set up the super chat thing. I don't know about memberships and all that goofy nonsense, but we'll see. There's one dude I watch every now and then. His streams, whenever somebody does a super chat, it plays the sound, and it's just him going super chat. Sticks out like a sore thumb. Or nope, that needs updated. That's on the right thing. Okay, here we go. I'm excited, anxious to play it. But we got to do your one shot first, since I kind of run that for everybody. Little power fiasco. I really want to start like trying to get more games going in the server, just little one shots, because like Mouse Ritter and stuff. Actually, my Mouse Ritter video is supposed to be coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna try and wrap it up after today's stream. Got it edited. Last I looked at it, it's saying fine, and I was uploading it to YouTube so I could do all the captions and stuff. And not having power for a day kind of set me back a wee bit. Look at those guys go. What is... He's maxed. He is not maxed. We need to build stuff for him. Oh, man. I don't wanna... It would suck if I put my metal shop over here. But all my metal stuff's over here. My metal shop's kind of a mess. I don't know what I might do. Buy that. Oh, there's 2 break rooms right there. Okay. Well. We can fix that. We got a little too many break rooms as it is. Remodel. Yep, we need a door. Gonna make it work, Captain. Gonna make it work. We're gonna make a hot room full of smelters. As you know, I know I've said this like many times probably at this point, but I so wish I could have been introduced to TTRPGs a long time ago, but not 5e. It baffles me how people say that's like good for new people. D&D, it's like, man, that's terrible for new people, because people did try and introduce me to D&D. It took them like, I think I had attempted 3 times to play, And one time I just took a glance at the rule book and was like, nope, I ain't doing that. And then one time they tried to walk me through character creation, and I quit in the middle of it because I was like, that's just redunculous. Like, if this is how hard it is just to make a character, I have no desire how to play this. But also, to be completely honest, TTRPGs kind of weirded me out a little bit. It's like, oh, you guys hang around and talk funny and, you know, do weird things. It's like, I don't know, man. That does not seem like my crowd. And, but I was like, man, it seems like it would be cool at the same time. Like, you're making stories and stuff and making your own adventures and all that good nonsense. So the interest was there, and then I got into it. I'm trying to remember how this happened. Me and Glee were in another server, and she had played before. She had played Pathfinder, I think. I don't want to do this job. I don't think she had played D&D before. Pretty sure. And say I need that. Hang on. Let me put this together here. You can only use one brain cell at a time. He's been working overtime lately. This other server we were in, they'd had a campaign going for a long time, and it was actually a module they were running. I'm trying to remember which module it was. I had it right there on the tip of my tongue. It was, yeah, it's gone. Had something to do with like a burning tower and whatnot. That was one part of it. Or maybe it was only burning because we set it on fire. I don't remember, but had some gins in it. Had something to do with Waterdeep. Y'all might know what it is, but they were going, and they had a lot of players, and like they would. I swear there was like 10 or more players in that group, but only 3 or 4 of them would show up at a time, and then the GM just autopiloted the rest. I couldn't keep up with it, but Glee really wanted to play. She's like, I want to play, you know, I want to play with somebody, because the GM she had and her little Pathfinder thing wasn't the best, but she really liked the idea of it, so she's like, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing. So she's like, I don't want to go in by myself, you know. It's like a bunch of dudes, you know. I don't want to be the only girl. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm a girl and I'll go with you. But so we reached out to the GM and was like, yeah, you know, we're interested. You got room? And he was like, oh yeah, sure, man. Or actually, he might have been asking for more players, and that's how we ended up there. But anyway, either way, we got in there, and he, bless his heart, man, like he was a great guy. He had to explain things to me at least 3 times each, and I was like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not understanding. And he's like, oh, and I tried to make an artificer. That's what I made. So that was probably my first mistake, but I was like, man, it sounds really cool. And I don't know if it was the way he was explaining it to me, or, you know, maybe he was bad at explaining, or maybe I'm just dumb, but like, I couldn't understand cantrips. I just couldn't understand it. I went the whole time we played with them, I used one cantrip because I thought I had like this weird limit on them. I didn't understand it. I semi-understood spell slots. This guy just totally locked himself in this place. How did you manage that? You big Dumby? This guy's got to come out and set him free. Yeah, I just did not understand it. He explained, and like he helped us make our characters. He was on the phone on the Discord call for like 2 hours or more, and this whole time I'm just like, this is so ridiculous. But we got there, we made it, and then we played the game. But I think we played, it was every other week, and we only played, well, it was 3-hour sessions, I think, what we did. Which, if you're only playing every other week, isn't that much. But for me, that is a lot of time to just sit there and do one thing. It's like, because, I was working my regular job, and I was like, man, that is a 3-hour chunk of my weekend. That's massive. I was like, I am pressed for time. But on top of that, it's just like, this is a guy that has enough trouble sitting through a movie. It's like, now I gotta go do something. But I never really learned how to play during that campaign because there was like 3 other players minimum, right? And when we got into combat, it's like, he would explain to me how something worked, and I probably was the worst player he ever had to deal with, because I was like, can I do this? Can I do that? And the answer was usually, sure, go ahead. And I was like, but I kept, because I didn't know how anything worked. And he explained to me, yeah, you can do this, 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 and this. I'm like, oh, okay. But combat is so slow in D&D. By the time it got to be my turn again, or 2 weeks later when I played again, I forgot everything. I was like, I don't remember how this works. So, but as I got into GMing, I looked back at how he handled things, and I was like, oh man, he was actually pretty good. Like, some things he handled really well, and some things I'm still like, what in the world was he thinking? But I guess we all do that, right? And we had a particular player that really liked to be the center of attention. He was the spotlight. What do you call those guys? The spotlight hoggers or something like that? Anyway, it was always about him. Maybe didn't have the best social skills. I don't know. But, like, that's one thing I feel like, okay, the GM should have addressed that. Because he was aware it was a problem. Because I think Glee talked to him outside the game. Was like, because she was like, am I reading this wrong or something? And he was like, no, he's that way. But it was fun. Like, I really liked my character that I made, and it paired well with Glee's. It was funny. So I was a rock gnome because rock and stone, but I was an artificer, and this guy, his name was Tamir, which, if I remember correctly, was Hebrew for tall, because he's 3 feet tall. Or maybe it was Hebrew for short. I don't remember. It was a play on words. And he was a swindler. He was a con man. And the whole reason he did that, he would never swindle a woman because he was trying to support his mother. That's the whole reason he got into the swindling business. He was trying to make money for his mama. And rock and stone. That's right. So that was his thing. You couldn't trust him as far as you could throw him. Which, speaking of, turns out you could throw him pretty far, because Glee was a half-orc assassin. And she was cool. She came from this upright family of assassins, family business. So she was really good with poisons and stuff, and but was also very proper, despite being a half-orc. So she was a large individual, which is funny because in real life I'm 6'3" and she's 5'4" or something, 6 maybe. I say short, she says normal, but so our D&D characters were kind of backwards there. But you're 6'3", yes I am, if I'm standing up straight. So anyway, the game was fun, I guess. Not really, that's a lie, it was not fun at all. But the guy did super well handling that many people and stuff, and I even took some of the things he did, like how he handled AFK players and stuff, or absent players, things like that. But we had to leave because, and y'all may have heard this story, and the server I was running had nothing to do with D&D, but there was a lot of people in there wanting to get a D&D group together, and Glee was like, oh yeah, let's do it. So she went, got everybody's times and everything, and we had like enough people for 2 like 5-man groups, and that's what we were going to do. We were going to have 2 groups of 5, and they were going to do their own things. They were going to have their own GMs, and then we even plotted, it's like, oh, it'd be cool if our parties like crisscrossed during the adventures, you know, met up with one another. If that happens, it happens. But the second team never made it. They never even got started. And then the first team, this GM, this lady agreed to be the GM. She's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I told Glee instantly, I was like, no, she won't. That's not going to work at all. You're going to regret that. She's like, no, she volunteered to do it. So that's how it's going to go. I was like, all right. And sure enough, once they were working towards their session 0, she just flaked, like just left. No warning, no nothing. She's just like, I can't handle this. I'm in over my head. Bye. Left the server and everything. So I had these 4 people that were expecting a game, and technically it was my server. So I was like, well, guess I will rise to the occasion. So I had to step in and learn how to GM real quick. But thankfully, like, I had the group I had, they were very experienced. They had a lot of D&D years under their belt, and they're like, yeah, man, like, we'll teach you. Like, if you're willing to come up with a story, we don't care. We just want a story. We can help you along the GM. You know, help you with the GM along the way. So I was like, okay. So I went and watched a lot of videos. That's how I found Dungeon Draft, or not Dungeon Draft. That's map making software. Professor Dungeon Master, Dungeon Craft. I keep calling him Dungeon Draft. You know, trying to learn how to do stuff, how to run a game, how to be GM, yep, all that stuff. And then I was like, well, this looks cool. But then we had to leave the other game that me and Glee were in. Glee's like, well, if you're leaving, I'm not going to stay in there. I was like, well, I can't play that game and run ours. Plus, it's going to be on Sunday, which was when our other game was, and I'm not doing a 2-hour session and a 3-hour session of D&D. Nope. Plus, we got to the point where we weren't really having fun anymore because it was dragging on so slowly. So yeah, all that to say, it baffles me that people consider D&D noob friendly. It's like very not. And if, oh good lord, those things are big. Big and expensive. I don't have any workers. Oh, lads, we're gonna run out of money. I don't like it. I can do that. Darn, it's not big enough. Okay. So that's how I got into it. But yeah, it's just, and as I was getting into the game, GMing and reading the rules and stuff, I was like, now it's making sense. Now I get it. And then there was a lot of, oh, that's how it works. I get it. Man, that sucks. Like, why would you make it this way? And man, we were only a few sessions in, and my disdain for 5e was really setting in, and I was like, no, I'm gonna, and I was coming up with all these ways to change it. I was like, no, I can't change it when I have no experience. I mean, I could, but like, I need to write it out and make sure, you know, I'm fully, properly understanding, and then I can change it if I'm so inclined to play this god-awful game again. Let's see. We want that to be workstations. Hello, I need... We're gonna put that, I guess, in the corner. That's a tragic villain origin story. Pretty much. I am a foot taller than Glee. You're only 5'3", Glee? You're not in the chat, or in the stream. You probably can't hear me. You're shorter than I thought. I thought you were taller than that. Shows what I know. Five 4-ish. Okay. See, I wanted to say 5'4", and I was like, no, that's Sam. So what's Sam? Like 4 feet tall? Actually, that's just what I said for my driver's license. Okay. So anyway, I wrote it out through that first campaign. It was 18 months. Everybody had fun. They wanted another campaign. So I was like, all right, but we're changing the rules. Like, I am not doing this vanilla again. This is awful. And then, you know, after we got started, of course, I found Easy D6. I was like, dang it. Had I known. I have a couple mental specialists. I bet to have a couple more. Noobster! What's happening, mans? Missed last week's stream? Oh man, it was the best stream we ever had. So good. It was just me and Ollie the whole time. But you know, all of that to say, it's like, I don't understand why people's go-to when they're trying to get their friends on TTRPGs is to dump D&D on them, because like, it's so much, and if you enjoy it, it's fine, but like, even if you're a fan of D&D and wanted people to play with you, if I was a big D&D fan and loved 5e and wanted my friends to play 5e with me, I would not introduce them to 5e as their first TTRPG. I'd be like, hey, here's Easy D6, or here's something like Mouse Ritter, or maybe that new game. We'll see how that, you know, like something simple, or ICRPG. Like, here's something really simple so you can get the basics, and then I'll bring you in, you know, then I'll try and sell you on D&D. You enjoyed the stream? Yeah, man, it was a good stream. It was very relaxing. So yeah, there's your D&D origin story. It's overwhelming. Oh, I know. I was gonna say, like, I was talking about, I don't know why people try and introduce people to TTRPGs through D&D, and I've been really surprised with that YouTuber, One Shot Questers or One Shot Quips. I don't know. He's changed his name a couple times, I feel like. My hat's off to him for trying new things with his channel. you know, instead of just sticking to what works. Like, he was bold enough to go try something new, and it didn't work, and he made announcements like, all right, we're going back, you know, to our roots. But then something else he's adding on is he's going to start talking more about D&D for beginners. Like, I hate to say the word shilling, but like, he's super shilling for D&D, and it's like, man, why? Oh boy. Assume it's because it's the most famous one, so many people with no prior interest in TTRPGs would have heard of it, so they'd have at least a slight idea of what they're saying. Yeah. Man. There's so many better options. Let's see, all this is set up, huh? Billboard. Two. Okay, alright. We're about to make a big chunk of change. Big old chunk of change. I don't know, man. Like I said, I really wish I had been introduced to a simple TTRPG years ago. Got hooked on Dwarf Fortress for the past 2 weeks. Oh no, how I missed the stream. Well, that's acceptable. Never played it, but I know what you're talking about. Also, I had to start my stream early today because like Bug Dude's gonna come right at 1 o'clock, and I have a bad habit of running a little past 1. And I wanted to chat to him for a little bit about some stuff, so I was like, all right, I'll start the stream early, and that way I'll be done. As soon as I fired up the stream, I get a text from him. He's like, hey, it's going to be closer to 2 when I get there. I was like, daggum. What does shilling mean? So let's see. How can I explain this? Kind of like a sellout. You're really promoting a company because they're paying you, but he's not getting paid in this case, which is kind of weird. This is why I don't understand. Like, why are you shilling so hard? Let's see. So I'm trying to find the dictionary definition. To act as a spokesperson or promoter. One who acts as a decoy. Apparently. You're just trying to sell something. Like, usually defend something. Well, let me back up. So usually when I see when I see the word getting thrown around, like, oh, you're a shill or you're shilling for XYZ, it's when people are defending a company that's clearly in the wrong. So like Wizards of the Coast, for example, they did lots of terrible things, and then people try and defend them. People will say, well, you're a shill. And usually because they're in Wizards of the Coast's pocket, right? They're getting some money out of the deal. So of course they're going to be like, oh no, this is totally fine. You know, they were right to make this decision. Glee says catering to ? Kind of. Noobster, I wouldn't mind seeing you stream that. Stream what? D&D? Dwarf Fortress? What are we talking about? If Dwarf Fortress is what I'm thinking of, I don't feel like it'd be a very entertaining stream. Dwarf Fortress? Oh man, I have to learn how to play it. I need to get back into City Skylines, because I was doing that and then decided I wanted to make a shop instead. And then I have, oh, what's the game? Good Company. It's like an advanced version of this. The highlights would be insanely good though. Oh man. Let's say these are good money makers right here. But I should try and meet this guy. get his stuff done. There it is. Womp. 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 Easy peasy. It's all metalworking. Oops. No. We almost made a mistake. Oh no. Alrighty. See if we can pull it off. Only civilization game where your dwarven child wrestles with a were-giraffe before puking. Oh jeez, a were-giraffe. Look at this big chunk of change we're about to make. It's gonna be like 90 grand. And he loads that up. Watch down here, bottom right. Boom, 100 grand. Oh, we're rich. I don't know what to do with that money. Alright, we are knocking those out of the park. Alright, our shop is super efficient, so that's good. In small volumes. Wow, nothing needs repaired. We're like, dude, crushing it. Crushing it, man. Alright. We'll catch those as they come through. Guess we'll try and make some robots. Robots! All that should be good to go. Look there. And we just kind of wait for the contracts to roll in. Just being a civilization game, that was one I never got into, was Civilization. And people, like the people I know that play it, they put so many hours into it. It's just like, I have it. I don't think I've ever even fired it up. It just, I don't think I can do it. Okay, we don't make robots super fast, but we are like ahead of schedule. What are... Have I not done that yet? I thought I did. Oh, well, we can knock that out easy. Let's see, what do we want to flood the market with here? Chairs? That'd be an easy one. Tables. Oh no, it's going up. We're right here currently. Dang it. What's on the downward spike? Okay. Okay. We're probably gonna have extra chairs, but that's okay. We're doing it for the goals, amigo. It's not about the numbers. I mean, technically it is. It's for the other numbers. Only one cast. Couple cuttings. Oh, no, wait. Glue it up. And a symbol. Stamp. And shear. How many? 30. We're gonna run out of space. Don't care. Alright, we're gonna set some workbenches on fire now for sure. It sounds like the sort of thing that I'd really be into if I could be arsed to actually learn. See, that's where I'm at with games now. It's like, yeah, I want to play this game, but holy moly, do I not want to take the time to learn how to play it. And I think part of that is games over the years have gotten a lot worse at tutorials. Like, some have really mastered it, and some, a lot of them are just not so great. But it's also, it's like, okay, I have a very limited window of game time. And I don't want to spend it learning how to play a game. I just want to play the game. Like, this one's super simple. And it introduces you into things. Like, you just fire it up and start playing, and it drops things into you slowly, and then you get on your own. But whereas it's like those crafting survival games you got to play for 100 hours and then start over, and you're like, that's how all this works. I'm gonna send you a video about that. Ayo! I've seen some good videos on tutorials. Game tutorials, like good and bads. It's an art, man. Then you have those games. I've only played a handful of them, and the first one that comes to mind was Korra, the last Airbender game, which isn't even on Steam anymore. Like, they took it down, but I have it. The whole game feels like a tutorial. And to be fair, or to be honest, not fair, like, I thought it was. It's only a couple hours. The game is only a couple hours long. And the way it works is, not particular tutorials, but padding the plate. Oh. Have I done my video on playtime padding? I feel like I've brought it up a couple times. The roguelites talked about it. Just that particular way of padding time. But anyway. Hi, cat. Are you here? Here. What was I saying? Oh, Korra. Yeah, so like, there's three or four phases / stages, worlds, whatever you want to call them. And each one of those, you learn a new airbending thing. So you learn fire. So you go through a couple levels using fire and all the different techniques you can do. And then you go get the earth one, and it has its own special things you can do. And then the water, and then the air. You know, you do all those, and then you go to this big fight, and you're like, okay, this was just a really long tutorial. It's like, but okay, I have all my moves now. I know how to use them. And you go fight a boss, and it's like, nope, that's the end of the game. It's like, oh, I thought we were just getting started. Oh, or did you say roguelite? I made a video about roguelite / roguelikes, and I talked about how it's just a nonsensical play loop to pad playtime. If your tutorial is an hour long, I'm not doing the game. You do not learn a new airbending thing. You learn a new bending thing. Well, however you want to word it. But yeah. No thanks. Is it the coffin? It is the coffin. Yeah, jeez, like, hi, cat. Can you hear the cat? Meow. Yeah. Thump, 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 thump. Oh, there you go to the window. You're on, like, all up in the camera. Well, what did I say, Ollie? Did I say you learn a new airbending thing, or did I say you learn a new bending thing? Let's see what Glee sent me. Yes, that was a multiple choice question, and you answered yes. That is a good video, Glee. Somebody even posted that in the Squirrel server a little while back. That is a terrific video. He makes a lot of fine points. Ah, but roguelites, yes. So, okay, hang on. Roguelite, I do not like. Roguelikes, I do like. And it's such a nonsensical, stupid term. And I actually watched a really good video just a few days ago. The guy was going on a rant about Souls-like. It's really pretty funny. It was pretty good. But like, yeah, so roguelite is where you die, you keep some of your points, whether it's money, souls, whatever the case, spend that on upgrades, and then go through the whole thing again. That is just a nonsensical loop. Like, you're taking what was normally a 2-hour game and padding it into like a 12-hour game. You're not... It's faux progression is what it is. Whereas roguelikes, I enjoy those because you're not... It's just like, okay, I'm going to go on a run. Oh, I didn't make it. Well, I'm going to go on a different run. Or I did make it, but now I'm going to go on a different run. You know, it's none of this fake progression. It's like, okay, well, I'm getting stronger, but not really. Isn't that just how prestige works in games? Depends on the game, and I'm not saying that's a good thing either. But like roguelites, roguelite is just roguelike and cookie clickers. Yeah, it really is. Because, see, roguelikes, the game gets easier because you get better. Your skill improves. Roguelites, the more time you put into it, you just make the game easier because your upgrades usually make everything weaker. Plus, you're getting a little better at it, but like you're lowering the game's difficulty at the same time, so the difficulty curve's just all out of whack. And if you struggle and you keep lowering the difficulty, you as the player never get better. You just lower the difficulty. It's so weird. But see, and this is interesting. I'm going to put Glee on the spot here. Like, I hate those games. I mean, they're usually super fun to play because they're side scrollers, fast paced, you know, jumping, running, and gunning. Like, that's fun gameplay, but the way it's arranged is just garbage. But Glee got Rogue Legacy 2, I think that's what it's called, and she loved it, and she played it over and over and over and over and over. And see, that works for somebody like her who is not a big... Well, I would say she's a gamer, but like she doesn't play a lot of those types of games. Like she doesn't usually dig the high-end reaction times, you know, high skill ceiling, difficult things. Like she likes more chill, relaxed games. But she really liked Rogue Legacy, so she could keep playing it. And as she got to points where she was struggling, she could just keep dying, getting those points and lowering the difficulty. So it works for people like her. And it was kind of interesting to watch as she was going through that. So I was like, okay, all right, you know, I can understand this. But it needs a different title. It needs a different branding or genre description or whatever. And most people don't even label things right. They're like, oh, this is totally a roguelike. And it's like, no, it's not. And then they'll say it's both. It's like, this has roguelite and roguelike elements. It's like, okay, those are two different things. You can't have both. Oh, there he is. He raged. I beat him. We won. Yeah. What a drama queen. And I didn't even finish the milestones. I think I'm going to miss this one. I almost had it. Market empty. Yep. Dang it. Alright, so we're just going to have a lot of extra chairs sitting around. You did have to ask me to beat a section. Yeah, it was some weird jumpy thing, but like I said, it was real neat. I didn't even tell her this until just now. It was really neat to see how much she played that and enjoyed it, and how well that setup worked for her. And that's that is, I kind of hate to use the word problem. That is a current phenomenon in gaming. So you got people like me who grew up with games, and when I say grew up with games, I mean the games were growing up with us too. Like NES, when that first dropped, you know, that was new territory. Everybody was learning how to make games and learning what works, what doesn't, what's too hard, what's too easy. And all of those of us that grew up with games, like we have a different skill level, and now games have become so popular and mainstream and everybody has access to them. They're trying to make games that appeal to such a wider audience and trying to get new people in there. Whereas, you know, the older generation, if that's what you want to call them, they're kind of getting left behind, as they don't like games like that. They see the padding, or they see the awkward difficulty curve that doesn't make any sense, things like that, and it's a large customer base, but it's not enough for a company to take note of, because new customers are a much larger customer base. So, and that's the thing I see a lot of games doing. They're just trying to appeal to everyone, which makes everybody mad. Funniest to me is the number of people complaining about their game and yet still playing tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody likes to complain. I enjoy, like, dissecting things and saying, you're trying to figure out, I was like, okay, where exactly does this go wrong? Where does it drop the ball? How could we make it better? I think those are great conversations to have, but like, because sometimes you'll figure out, and that's what I tried to do in the roguelite video. It's like, hey, I'm not telling you can't play roguelites or you shouldn't, but like, what part of these do you enjoy? Because you might find more of that in these games that don't have the, you know, the nonsensical play loop and rob you of that pleasure. There you go. Excuse me. Oh, let's see. Let's tilt the camera down a little bit. Noodle, watching nature. Alright, we're trying to flood the market here with two things. And it ain't gonna be those. That is, jeez. You think there's roguelites that actually do it well? Apologies if you accidentally discussed that in the video. It's been a long while since I... Well, it's fine. I mean, old video. Ain't nothing wrong with talking about it again. There's roguelites that actually do it well. Yes. I know there is. I know I've played one or two. But Lord have mercy, I cannot think of it. I really need to sneeze. Oh. I like this commentary someone made about how video games are the only entertainment medium that prevents its audience from enjoying the whole experience if you can't meet some requirement skill. That's a good, interesting point. And see, and that's the thing, like, I don't know if I've brought this up before, but like, you got to find your audience and then cater to that audience or that customer base. Like, you can't, when a game says, oh, this game has something for everyone, it's like, nope. Like, you're going to get a lot of sales, but you're not going to have a happy customer base. That's just not how that works. Like, Dark Souls, it does not try to be something for everyone. It caters to a very specific audience. I am not that audience. I hate that game. I can say a lot of good things about it, but playing it is not one of them. And it does just fine. Like, it does well for itself. It does better than just fine. It does very well. It's very successful because it knows its audience. It's like, okay, this is what you guys like. You sick freaks. You know? You weirdos, this is what you like. So they do that, and they don't try and bring in everybody. The problem is that for a lot of games, the sales are simply all that. Yeah, and I get it. You got to make money, but you would make more if you did things slightly different. I can't figure out what to... Nothing's on the downward trend. Well, that one's... Except the day's almost over. Shucks, man. There's so many. 3. Can we make bikes? Oh, we might be better. No, those take too long. I won't do, gentlemen. Let's make this. See where it goes. Mount 50. I don't want to make 50 tables. That's a lot. I'll make 30. No market offer. Oh no. That's unfortunate. We'll hang on to him. So anyway, waiting for that Derail Valley sim release. I don't know that one. That's why I'm boring and play X Simulator. Hey, that's all right. They're what's that one? You're in the space station. You're in a big ring. It reminded me of. Is it Startopia? I think so. It looked pretty cool. Xeon or something. Anyway, to the roguelike question. Let me pull up Steam real quick. Let me see if I can scroll through my abundance of games here. Not your collections. Oops. And see, so now that I've badmouthed roguelites, I have a soft spot for these survivor games. 20 Minutes Till Dawn, Vampire Survivors, Brotato. I feel like Brotato, I mean, so technically those guys are kind of roguelites. Like you play until you die and then you get upgrades. It's kind of the same thing. You know, you start with better stats or you find better things. I feel like Brotato did it pretty good. Technically, the more you play, you have to do certain things. So Brotato, you have to do certain things. Play certain ways to get other certain things. So it's not just play and die. That's pretty cool. As far as roguelitiness, I feel like Vampire Survivors, at least when I played it, had a pretty good curve. I never felt like I needed to die and upgrade my character. Like I just played and was fine. Like I went through most of the game barely touching the upgrades. That's not a roguelite. I got too many games. Who's calling? Goofy little gnome looking dude. Yeah. That one's on a big downward trend. Okay, but there's so many, and those things take up so much space. Game, you're making it difficult. Bikes. Okay. Maybe we can do this. Maybe. We'll see. 11. That was the same thing. Alright, well. We might be in trouble here. Blue bike. Ooh. Yeah. Alright. Alright, can't do it. That's weird. I don't want to figure that one out. So do I have like 2 days to do that? Oh, wowzers. Okay. Maybe we can slap this guy together. Start with 10. Sure. Alright, Repetendium. Man, that game is fun. I got a lot of old shoot 'em ups here. I'm scrolling through. Skyrim, yeah, that's a roguelite for sure. Not really. Time to go, noobster. Oh, I'm not gonna find your roguelite that does it well. That's okay. You're in the Discord. I can ping you when I find one. Later, noob. Oh, I'm running out of space. My goodness. Oh. Oh wait, no, that doesn't count. Hey Scrat, what is Slay the Spire? The glory of instrumentation. No way. Deck builder with roguelite elements and crafting, survival, chill, lo-fi beats. I don't know. Haven't really played it. I don't know how it works. Do you unlock new cards as you play more and stuff? And lose? Like, okay, let me put it this way. If you can beat the game on your very first run, on a fresh install, fresh save, how much more difficult is that than beating the game on like year 1000 run, not counting skill and knowledge? If the 1000th run would be infinitely easier than the first one, not counting skill and knowledge, then it's probably a roguelike. I believe in you, little doozers. We gotta flood the market. Well, actually, let's go. I got Steam open right here. Let's hit up Slay the Spire. Let's see what they call it. Rogue-like deck builder. Yes, you can beat it first go, but you also unlock stuff to a point just to keep the player from being overwhelmed with access. So see, that's when... now the noobster's gone. That reminded me. There's this game called K or T. That was with a K, which I'm not sure. That's the Steam tag. That's not what they were calling themselves. A robot named Fight. So the way you described that reminded me of another game that does it very well. It's a side scroller. It's basically Super Metroid. You can beat the game. You will not have the skill to do it. But as you play more, defeat different bosses and do different things, you unlock new items. Like, oh, now I can shoot missiles. Now I can get a double jump. You don't need any of those to beat the game. As you get those different items, or you unlock the ability to find them during your runs, it just allows different map options, different routes. So the more you play, the more random it gets. But it doesn't make it any easier. If anything, it gets a little harder because it's introducing more game mechanics to you. And that is what I would call that is a roguelike, because you do not keep any of that stuff. You still start your run from zero. You do not start off any stronger than the previous run. You just have more game now. That would be a roguelike with a K with progression. And progression might not even be the right word, but that's when you do it right. You're just, okay, the more I play, the more I expand this game. I get more game the more I play. I don't make things easier. And so, yes, like that, she says. So that's how Slay the Spire is. So the tag was right then, a rogue-like deck builder. So that's cool. Yeah, so you know, after 100 runs, you don't get a card that does all the damage. Or maybe you do get a card, but like it has all these weird tricks you got to use it or something. That would have been incredibly overwhelming before. But I think Noobster wanted a roguelite with a T that did it well, so that a robot named Fight wouldn't be it. But I was really impressed with the robot named Fight. Like, it's just a little $2 game. And the guy even recently made the entire thing open source. He's like, oh, here's all the code, you know, just have at it. It's really good, though. Well, I mean, I'm partial because I like Super Metroid, and that's all it is. But, I mean, its story was pretty cool, too. The way it was presented was creepy. Haven't beat it yet. Need to. It's hard. Oh, now we're up to 60. God. Okay. We're gonna have a hard time flooding the market with it. Those are on the downward spiral. Bikes are. We can't make them. Ah. These stupid xylophone things, or whatever they're called. Granny phones. Adjustable table. Alright, let's see if I can crank these out. They just take up so much space. I'm just bad at those card games. Deck builders. I'm bad at turn-based games. I don't know why. I guess I rely too much on reaction speed, whatever you call that. Like that's instead of paying attention to the game, I can just move real fast. That's how I get out of trouble. Ugh. Or, you know, something like Dark Souls, you just move around enough and break the game. Can't really do that in turn-based stuff. I played a goofy little deck builder that one time. You used poker cards. I forgot what it was called. But that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Guess they weren't cool enough, are they? Yeah, I don't know why they left. Crivd 4, I don't even know who it was. Terrible. I don't know every single person in the server. Alright. Ah! The tables are going up! Oh no, wait, that was going down. Boy, we gotta make a lot of them. What's the phone doing? The phone... Good. Good. Alright, well let's just make 74 of them. We are going to flood this poor shop. Trying to do this one. Saturate the market for 2 medium or advanced. Advanced don't exactly build quickly. Oh, that one, the robots. I could have done that one. I tried Divinity Original Sin. I loved the way it looked. And the story was neat. And combat was cool. But I was so bad at it. Like, I had to turn it on super easy mode. The game's kind of hard to play. Like, it's just... That's slow. But I like it. It's like, that's one of those games, it's like, okay, I did not enjoy playing this game, but I will say it is a good game. Like, I can... It was good. It wasn't for me. Don't find many of those. Which on one hand is a good thing. Because you want to find games that you enjoy. But usually it's just like, no, this game sucks. Oh man, those are going way down. Alright. Well, we need to be making more of those. That's the case. We're coming along fairly well on them tables, considering how freakishly many of them we're making. Alright, we may do this. Depends on what happens when the day ticks over. Glee, how's work? How things going? Also, did I tell you the Sam's trip is officially on Friday? It was Friday, then it was Thursday, and I got back to Friday because Mom had a Friday appointment, and then they changed it without telling her. And then when she called to figure out what happened, it was they were closed on Friday. They just never told her. You are in pain. Well, it's that time. Oh, sorry. Make sure you drink lots of caffeine and coffee. I'm sure that'll make it better. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Brought tea. Man, I've been... past few days I've had my green tea. I really need to order more of that green tea because when I remember and make myself actually make a cup of it in the morning, it calls for a good day. But that was not from that place that the tea came in those fancy little round tins we have everywhere. This one was like, just came in a bag, and it was straight out of China. Like it was good tea. It's strong. Strong tea. Oh, we gotta make some more. Thing is, like, all their teas have weird names. Can't pronounce half of them or keep them straight. Started taking notes. Look at these guys go. This is an efficient little shop. I could use another cup of tea. I don't know what to sip during the day. I get my one round of caffeine in the morning. You know, it's possible we might all do this in one day. Hands, I think we're running out of space. Ran out of space! Great. Alright, you know what? Well, temporary solution here. Don't do this at home. If y'all would focus, make the tables. Can I pause? Here we go. I'm on that. Make the tables. Overdrive. That's all in the assembly. Go figure. Deliver 2 tables at a time. Go, go, go. Because we're gonna have to make a bunch more tomorrow. 3. Ran out of room. Dig. Keep selling as we make them. Delivery driver's gonna hate me. Ding dong ding. Why? Okay, okay, okay. Maybe. Getting so close. I need like a big old storage spot. These granny phones, man, they take up too much room. I believe we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Stars are aligned. Just gotta believe. Making lots of money in the process, but that's all right. You fully intend to run a great workshop in your home. I mean, you know, that's, hey, I have worked for a few shops. That is where they started. In their garage. Actually, the first company I worked for, I mean, they had their own building and everything, but they still ran it like they were in their garage. It was kind of aggravating. They were super cheap on everything. Like, oh, we can't do that. You know, it's like, nah, y'all ain't in the garage anymore. Yeah, I know. You're responding to don't do this home. I know. Okay, hey, we flooded that one. We're saturated. Excuse me. All right. We can do this. I have the utmost faith that we can pull this off. They're wrapping up those. Oh, son, got about a quarter of the day left. Ta-da! You've done it. Your management has brought your factory to a new level. Check out the R&D. Yeah. What do we get? Workspace optimization. Service routines, that's a good one. Intern program. What does that do? Upgrade. 3 interns on site at the same time. More free work, a better reputation. Oh, I haven't even done the first one. Employee cap. I ain't too worried about that because we're super efficient. Volunteer workers. That's like an ability you get. Longer deadlines. Oh wow. Well, let's do that. Let's do that. Get some interns up in here. Free labor. When I can't sell all these. I made too many. I can put them on that category, and I can put them. Okay, we actually did not lose any money. So I think, I mean, I'll keep going, but like, oh no, we got milestone. Deliver a total of 800 products of any type or difficulty. Oh, that's easy. The ultimate challenge for at least 2 clients. We did that already. Have a higher net worth average than Nemesis. Okay, so we just got to make more. Let's see. Put that back down to a reasonable size. So, yeah, let's just start making stuff. This is it, gentlemen. We are becoming victorious. Now, if only I could do that in real life, we'd be in good shape. See, if you just gave me large amounts of money and a shop to run, I would be fine. Easy. I love free unpaid labor. Heck yeah, man. Who doesn't? Except when it's you. And what state was it that recently signed something about child labor or something? Like they can do it now? Or they're paving the way to it? Look at that kid. If I was just a billionaire who didn't work for anything, I'd be fine. Yeah, man. That's the thing, like once you have the money, things just get easier and easier and easier and easier. Like it's just the better you do, the easier it gets. Yeah, there was some state, I don't know, it's not like China child labor. Not yet anyway. It's not like, okay, you know, we can just run a sweatshop with kids. They're reducing the minimum work age or something. And you know, you don't have to be an economics expert to realize, you know, where that's going. But it's not there yet. It's not there yet. But it's one step towards it. And, you know, I am all for people starting work earlier instead of and I'm going to sound like such a southerner, but like, we spend too much time in school. Like, because most of that you forget, you don't retain, and you don't use. So it's like, okay, you know, you should get your basics in. And then you should go out and start working so you can figure out what the heck you want to do with your life. Because right now, you go to college or you go to school till you're 18. Okay, you don't really get to taste life any. And then as soon as you hit 18, and I love the way this, I forget who said it, but the way they explained it was, yeah, you're taking this kid who had to ask permission to go to the bathroom just yesterday, and now you're asking him what he wants to do with the rest of his entire life. Like, that just doesn't work. So when kids go off to college, they're like, I don't know what the heck I want to do. And that's why a lot of them, you know, get a degree in something they don't like or care about. So your high school years, and maybe even a little bit before that, should be spent working so you can figure out, hey, I enjoy being in the office and doing computer work, or hey, no, I actually enjoy crawling under houses and working on plumbing. I like working in ductwork. I like being in the shop. I'm interested in airplanes, you know, whatever. You get more of a feel of what's out there. But the problem is, look at your fast food restaurants. That's entirely, your entire workforce almost is high school. It's a problem. And like, they don't get paid anything because, oh, well, they're just a kid. They don't need that much money. It's like, well, your business is depending on them. So yeah, you should be paying them. So like, these child laborers should be getting paid. I will never once need to know the details of WW2. I can read. I'm interested in marrying an old rich lady and letting her die so I can get her. It's terrible, Ollie. What just shot off? Something bolted out of there. Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. WW, like, there's, and that's the thing, like, I had to learn about WW2 when I was in school. Granted, it was a little newer at the time than it is now, but like, I had zero interest in it. It's like, I don't, they not to say like, oh, I don't care, all these people died, blah, 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 blah. It's like, it was terrible what happened, but like, I'm just not interested in it. It's like, I just, it doesn't draw me in. Like, why do I need to know this? But now that I got, you know, after I got out of school, like, you know, there's been times where I've been on the Wikipedia and it's like, you know what? I want to learn about World War II now. I want to see what happened. Well, not see what happened, but like learn what happened. Like what went down, who all was involved. Now, at the whopping age of 36, I would like to go to college and sit in a class and just learn stuff. I didn't want to do that when I was 18. Glee says, you're thinking of Arkansas, but there are several states reducing child labor protection laws. Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, South Dakota, Arkansas, New Hampshire, New Jersey, and Wisconsin. Not Texas? You figured they'd be the first to jump on that. From the Economic Policy Institute. Yep. I'm not Googling anymore at work. Hoverboard. I want a hoverboard. Ollie says, what's weird to me is I'm legally able to drive yet. I'm not legally old enough to sit in a drive-through window and take... What? You can't go to Sonic and order food? I've not heard that. I thought you were going to go the route. It's like, oh, you know, I can drive, but I can't buy alcohol and smokes or something, but I can join the military. I've not heard not order food. Oh, you can't work in a drive-through window. Okay. Well, yeah, you got your driver's permit, so you're not legally allowed to drive without supervision. A little bit of a difference. But technically, you should. Well, all right. So hang on. Everybody has their different laws, but like when I was 15, I got to work at the local McDonald's. I couldn't work the grill. I wasn't allowed to work dangerous, hot stuff. But I worked in the kitchen making sandwiches and stuff, or I could have worked a register, but I chose the kitchen. Won't hire anybody less than... Okay, so that might be a state thing, or that might just be a preference that they have. But yeah, I remember I was 15. I had a little slip I had to take home. My parents had to sign it. And they were more than happy to. Put that boy to work. Good for him. Builds character. Ryan got lucky with a local gas chain. Yeah, so I have, to this day, never worked a register. I did not want to do that. That's how much confidence I have in myself. I doubted my ability to count. It's like, no, I'll brain freeze, man. I'll have a brain fart. I won't be able to count to 5 or something. Worked back in the greasy kitchen. Which is probably a good thing, because, I worked at the local McDonald's when I was in high school. When all the high school girls coming to McDonald's, if I was taking the orders, it might not have had a job very long. McGlee says, I worked register and you know my math. Well, yeah, see there, I could have done it. I'd have been fine. Minus bad social skills. We need like super small things to make really fast. I don't know if I can get this done before quitting time, but I'm gonna try. Y'all get to work. And you know, everybody like, you're talking about these jobs, like everybody says, oh, retail's the worst. Retail's the worst. If you want hell, go to retail. Like, I worked at the local Lowe's when I was 21. That's right. Because I was supposed to have a big 21st birthday, and then we all got laid off from our jobs, and I had to go to Lowe's. I worked there for a couple of years, and I liked it. Like, I hated the management. It was awful, but that's everywhere. But, like, I enjoyed most of the customers. I mean, obviously you have those ones that are just terrible, but, like, they're just there for a little while, and then they leave, and it's like, yeah, I'll see them again, but it's not like I have to spend 8 hours a day with them, like coworkers, and I don't have to see them when I get home, like an annoying sibling or something. It's like, no, they're just here for a few minutes. There's plenty of other annoying people in my life that I have to see a lot more of. It was fun. I liked it. Getting to help folks out felt good, but boy, did it not pay for beans. And before that, I worked at a call center. Now, this was before texting was just really starting to get underway. You remember, Ollie's not going to know this. Do you remember, man, what T-Mobile sidekicks? Yeah, that's when those were a thing. Those were new. It was this call center, and this is going to sound so silly. It was a call center for deaf people. They would dial in with TTYs, or at the time, T-Mobile was actually giving deaf people sidekicks for free. Like, if you were deaf, you got that phone for free because you relied so much on typing. So, they would dial into us and type stuff, and we would call people for them. I really enjoyed that job. Like, and one of the things, well, because, you know, I was helping people. That's why, one reason I liked it. But one thing that was really cool that I liked what they did was everybody made the same amount of money. Like, it was a whopping $10 across the board. But they had a million different bonuses you could make. It's like, oh, you were here every day this month on time. Here's a bonus. Here's, you know, the random quality call you got. Like, you scored this high on it 3 times in a row. Here's this bonus. Like, there was so many if you worked well, you got paid well. So that was pretty cool. Never seen another place do that. They just don't pay you anything. Incentive to work is important. Yeah, see? And that's the thing. Like, they just want you to feel grateful to be there. Like, that's incentive enough. It's like, dude, I need money. Otherwise, you'll be bland and just do them. And that's what, you know, that's, I don't know if you've heard this, Ollie, but a big thing right now in the working world is CEOs and shills, as we mentioned before, are complaining and whining about this new buzzword called quiet quitting, which is doing the bare minimum of your job. But it's such a bogus term because you're not quitting. You're doing the job you are hired to do. You're just not going out and beyond the call of duty. You're like, nope, you're going to pay me $100 to do this, 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 and this. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And all these CEOs are getting butthurt over it. It's like, oh no, I want you to do all this work for free. And it's like, well, no, you don't pay me, dude. As somebody said, why don't you just quietly pay me more? So. Oh, I don't have another contract coming in hot. I'm making stuff too fast. Make 22 more. I'll make 20. 25 of those. Here we go. I can probably churn these out super fast. I still have a milling machine I need to get rid of. Just sitting over there in the corner doing nothing. What else can we make? Quiet quitting. There was another one I saw. Rage applying, I think's what it was, is when you get mad at your other job or your current job and you just send off a ton of applications everywhere. Like that's one that's not new. I mean, when your job screws you over, that's what you do. You leave, but you know, there is so much corporate propaganda going on right now since COVID, you know, and everybody had to work from home and realized how much of their life they're wasting sitting in an office. So lots of pushback to get people to ignore all that and get power back to the employer instead of the employee. I saw one. It was this 3D model somebody made of a human, and their back was all deformed and hunched over, and the whole thing was, this is what remote workers are going to look like by like 2060 or 2100 or something like that. It's like, okay, I guess if I sit in a car for a couple hours a day and then go sit in an office for 10 hours a day, I won't look like that, you know. It's like, what are you guys on about, man? Will nobody believe this nonsense? Crazy talk. And then one CEO wrote some article on talking about how overall grumpiness has been at an all-time high since people have started working remote. Like, there's grumpiness amongst the coworkers. It's like, hey man, I really want some numbers to back that one up. And of course he didn't have any. Oh, Ollie's coming in hot with a copy pasta. Let's see, what time is it? It's 11:50. Oh yeah, we're not gonna get that done before before we quit. I think this will be the last Little Big Workshop stream, and I meant to ping everybody in the Discord and ask like what they would like to watch for streams. I can go back to City Skylines, I guess, for a couple streams, but oh dang, I'm all the way down to 6. That's terrible. I guess I need to expand. EDF! Well, I have to play that with Steph. That's on Fridays. EDF! EDF! Pretty fun game, though. Man, I'm hoping that Starship Troopers game is good. Here's hoping. There's a process in here. EDF. There's gonna be EDF 6. But see, I need games like this that like don't take a whole lot of focus. That way I can, you know, watch the chat, interact, pay attention. But it also has to be not boring. It's a tall order. Entertaining, but doesn't require much attention. On my part, anyway. I guess I just need to learn to play Minecraft. That's all there is to it. Be a done deal. Minecraft. I can't do Minecraft. It's not that it's blocky. It's that the blocks are too big. Like, one thing I really hate about Minecraft and all the Minecraft clones are hills. Like, you have to jump. You can't have a slope. Like, because the blocks are too big to actually just walk up. Now, if the blocks were half the size, which I guess would make them a quarter of the cube size they are, it'd be better. And Parker did show me a mod that makes them look like that, but I don't think it actually changes the way they function, so you still can't have a slope that you can just run up like that. That's super annoying. Astroneer, maybe I could do that one. Maybe. I mean, me and my brother played through that, and it was very alright. It was fun, but like, had a lot of bugs. It did not handle multiplayer very well. Look at them doozers go. I played Shatterline on stream, but that was fun. That's a fast-paced shooter thing. I ended up uninstalling that though. It got kind of stale. I'm not playing Dark. I have been playing Dark Souls 2 recently. I'm not playing that on stream. Horses fixed that. Still, it's just annoying. What else? Well, let me fire up Steam over here. I still got it up. Another brick in the mall. If 30XX was done, I wouldn't mind playing that. But it's still got a ways of development. If I had a team for Aliens Fireteam Elite, that would be fun. And see, if Ark wasn't, Ark, that would be doable because there's lots of stuff you can do that doesn't take much brain power. And then you can work up for something big and go do something. But there's Astroneer. Apparently I have Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3. Never touched them. Banished, that's a fun game. But that's a semi-game like this. Battletech, I have no idea how to play that. Looks cool. Again, turn-based. Bad at that. There's shoot 'em ups. Nah, I say I can't play shoot 'em ups and watch the chat. That's not happening. Those take way too much focus. BioShock. I'd rather play that by myself. Oh, what happened? No storage space. Oh no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna make like an overflow over here. For now. This is gonna be so jank. Borderlands, I can't stand Borderlands. It's... Whoever made the dialogue for Borderlands and like the world building or whatever, whoever wrote that needs a very stern talking to, and then whoever approved it needs to be fired. And just banned, blacklisted from the industry. There's Craftopia, yeah. There you go. That's a winner. Actually, let's do... This is gonna be so janky. Just massive overflow storage. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Crucible, or yeah, I think that's how you pronounce that. That poor game didn't make it. Another Amazon special. I do. Speaking of Amazon, I do have a not Newgrounds, New World. There's Pokemon. Yeah, I could try and do a Nuzlocke or something. I don't know. Those games feel boring to stream though. Especially when you hit the spot like, okay, I need to level up my Pokemans. Like, that's totally fun to watch. Boring? How dare you? I mean, maybe it's just me, man. Maybe it's just me. Darksiders. That was a fun game. I need to play Darksiders 2 and 3. I have them. I didn't finish 2. Never touched 3. There's a roguelite. We're not playing that. Dead Island. I could get banned from YouTube or demonetized, whatever. All the violence. Oh, no. Here we go. I could be super boring on my stream and show you the writing process of how I stare at a blank page for an hour. And say, yeah, I should write something. Dinkum. Glee wants to play Dinkum together. Dinkum. What is this? I don't even know what the game is. Divinity Original Sin. Devil May Cry. Doom. You should do that. Hacking rare candies. Then grinding. Yeah, so you can do that, but then like how many rare candies? Grinding for 6 hours isn't content. Yeah, it's really not. You should do that. What should I do? Dinkum? Dragon Ball Z2 Xenoverse. I wouldn't mind Street Fighter 6. Really wouldn't, but I'm not paying $60. I'm waiting for that one to go down. I don't know what half these go. Oh, there you go. I could stream Dungeon Siege. That's an old game. I don't even know if it would work. Dust. Dust was such a fun game. Super cringy voice acting, but man, that's a fun game. That was a good game. The writing stream, you know, like, part of me kind of wants to, but it's like, maybe I'll save that one for later. If I got, like, if the books ever take off and I get a decent following for that and lots of fans or something, then it's like, all right, you know, let's spend some time with the author when he writes, but we're not there yet. Yeah, I just need to stream some Skyrim. Just like a vanilla plus playthrough. That's what we could do. Not. Everspace. That's such a fun game. I really want Everspace 2. Fallout 4. Fallout 76. These wonderful Far Cry games. Forager. I don't know why people like Skyrim is the most brain dead game. You gotta get mods, man. Make it not brain dead. Make it playable. Fun with ragdolls, the game. You just play with game physics. That's pretty neat. I don't know if I could do that for 2 hours. Game Dev Tycoon. Generation Zero. Steph likes that game. I need to learn how to play it. Me and him should be playing it. Going Under. There's Good Company. Grim Dawn. Grounded. Maybe. Already played it and beat it a couple times. Uh-oh. Did we not finish this in time? Get that last hoverboard out before the truck shows up. Ah! Oh, hey, we did it. Oh, they didn't get it on there. Dang. Never mind. Thought we pulled it off. Turns out we did not. I've used mods and it still sucked. My brother plays it so much, so I tried having him set up each time and failed. Yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody. I like their older ones, like Morrowind. That one was great. Homeworld. Maybe I should play that. Billy says do dinkum. I could play through Homeworld game. That's an old strategy game, but man, it's heavy. It's got a good story. It starts out so sad. Kingdoms and Castles. Kingdoms of Amalur. You know, that might not be a bad option. Got a bunch of Lego games. Lego Batman, Batman 2, Batman 3. City Undercover, Harry Potter, Marvel Superheroes, the movie, Ninjago, or Ninjago. Lord of the Rings. Lynn's Island, waiting for that one to get done. There we go, we can play a walking simulator. Lifeless Planet. You could play chess. No, I couldn't. Anyway. Yeah, I don't really know how to make myself worth more here. Wow, I'm all the way down back to 21. What happened? I was like number 5. Oh, isn't that worth went up a lot? Jeez. Okay, your revenue must be it. Because I'm worth like way more of these. Okay. So you're... Well, what's revenue? How does that work? I don't get what makes me the top. So net worth, I'm like number 3. Have a higher net worth and average revenue. Okay, okay. Summarize worth of your factory includes such things as stations, buildings, and expand. Okay, so I just need to physically get bigger. Revenue. How much money your factory's generated this week? So I just, wow, I do not make much every week. So yeah, I just need to expand. But really, other than that, we've done it. We've done it, lads. We've done it. We beat the game. I was worth more than him for a brief second. So I'm gonna have to find something new to stream next week. Or go back to City Skylines. Get ready for City Skylines 2. Woohoo. Oh boy. Or maybe... Oh, that'd be boring. Let's say we look over the manual for that TTRPG. That could be the stream. Building a TTRPG. Say, let's talk about rules. Let's talk about mechanics. But you gotta have at least a few people in the chat interacting. That'd be fun. Yeah, that's what a okayest DM tried to do a couple of his streams. Like I said, if you got people in the chat like saying, hey, you know, that you can bounce ideas off of and brainstorm with, that it'll work. But it's down to just me. I think Glee's in the chat. She's at work though. Ryan may be in and out. And I actually need to go. I was supposed to stop at 12. Like I said, we're at the end of Little Big Workshop, so we done it, lads. Glee is in the chat, she says. She says ye. So I should make, actually, you know, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. In the suggestion box, man, should I ping? That'd be like 3 pings for the YouTube people in one day. I'll do it tomorrow. No, because they're gonna get pinged for a new video tomorrow. I don't know. I need to make somewhere in the Discord suggestions for streams. But anyway, not ping today. Yeah, no, we've done enough. Got my cardboard play button for old Grognard. Anyway, I will see you guys and gals next week doing who knows what. City Skylines, making a squirrel system. I might do that. I don't know. I've been kind of digging into it recently. So whatever we decide to do, I will see you then. Bye.